time for a chit chat. We have not sat down and talked in a while, and I feel like I gotta fill you in on some things that have been going on with me. I am such a learner of information. Like I want to learn a lot of things, but I'm also kind of an experimental person on myself. So in my learning, there's a lot of experimenting. This dates like back to college when I was getting my major in psychology. And I thought I had ADHD and every other psychological disease that comes along with, taking those classes. But I actually went into my doctor's office and I was like, I know I have ADHD. Like, I know I do. And he put me on this double-blind study, which means like I don't know what medicines I'm taking. And the person and the prescriptions are all like numbered. And I tried three different medications and one like placebo, which is hilarious that my doctor was like this cool with trying this stuff back then. This was like 2005-ish. And turns out I reacted horribly on all of the ADHD medication, and Ritalin was like the worst, and then I am totally fine. So always want to be experimenting on myself, always trying new things. Like I'm never afraid to try new things, which I think is really good about me. But when that comes to like your own, I don't know, I guess it's not really that bad, but when it comes to jumping on different bandwagons, like that could be bad. And then getting like really confused and confusing myself into thinking like, I don't even know what's right anymore. I also, when I was a teacher, there was like a new, I guess like a teaching strategy or something new they wanted us to try, like a new program. Like I was always like the first one to implement it, and I would be like doing it like that afternoon. And I thought it was really good, like for my kids, which I also still think is a good thing. But personally, right now, I think I've ended myself in sort of a rut of like, I've learned way too much stuff. I've tried all this stuff and I don't even know like which end is up right now. And I'm going through some stuff. So right now I'm trying to figure out like, what is the most perfect plan for me? And I think that's the problem. Like I want to find this like perfect magical like weight loss plan that I can just be sustained for the like rest of my life. But that's not really realistic. Like we're always going through changes. Our bodies are going through changes. Like I am not the same person I am at 34 than I was at 24. My body is totally different. My metabolism's different. I'm sure my thyroid is different. Like everything is different. So what worked back then might not work now. And I also need to do better about giving myself time in the process to like really decide, is this working or not? And does it have to be like a lifestyle change? Like, does it have to be something that's going to work for the rest of my life? No. Like, does it work right now? Do I feel good doing it now? Okay, well then just keep doing that. So my mindset shift just needs to kind of shift around and think, do I really need to, does this need to be sustained forever? Is this something I can do for the rest of my life? Like that's a bit lofty of a question to ask yourself, if you ask me. And I think I'm putting too much pressure on myself right now to figure out like what needs to be, what is it? What is the magic way? Second point, there is no magic way, okay? There's only what works for you, and there's only what works for you right now. There's also what works for everybody else. And what works for everybody else in their process and their journey is not going to work for you maybe right now. I need to realize this, but I'm also saying it out loud because I'm sure there's other people that need to realize this too and stop being so hard on yourselves. So I was doing the Whole30. I did it for the whole 30 days, and then I think it was like 3 weeks ago that I stopped doing it, finished the Whole30, and now I'm just kind of like spiraling into like, I don't know what's next or what to do. And I kind of feared that this was going to happen. When I was finishing the Whole30, I was like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, what do I do at the end? I implemented the strategies that the book talks about, like reintroducing things. I think I did it too fast and not in an organized enough way to really see like what foods are causing me like inflammation in my body. I did dairy first, which I think was not right. So I'm doing it again. I'm doing the Whole30 again. I'm going to start October 22nd and I'm going to finish on Thanksgiving. So if you want to do it with me, I love some company in this because I know the second round is going to be harder than the first round. I've heard that from multiple people. So, I'm kind of nervous, but I'm kind of excited to be back on the regimen of it. I haven't been in the gym in like forever. So I'm excited to, I had a lot of energy when I was on the Whole30. A lot of people say like you shouldn't try to work out, but for me, I had a lot more energy than I did when I wasn't on it. So working out wasn't a problem. And then when I came off of it, I kind of just like stopped working out. So I'm excited to get back into the gym, and maybe not the gym so much. Like here's another thing I kind of want to talk about. Number 3, I had this like really regimented plan from a trainer, and it was I think it was just too structured and too much for me. So I kind of cut back on the cardio, and I just started running like with my dad in the mornings. And there wasn't like a do this for this amount of time and this heart rate. It was more of just like, let's just go running. And I feel like it wasn't very stressful, which was kind of good. And it actually made me like, oh, I'm looking forward to like getting out there and running this morning, and it'll be done soon. And I know I can like move on with my day. I'm just doing it first thing in the morning. That was how my weightlifting program was. It was like very structured. And then now I'm like, do I really want a super structured program, or do I just want to enjoy like lifting weights and enjoy feeling strong, but still writing down my progress, but kind of like taking a step back from like the trainer perspective and just say like, all right, let's just like see what you can do. So my parents have a gym at their house, and I'm going to start just kind of going over there, doing the program that my trainer gave me and keeping tabs on my own, but maybe not checking in as much with him. And as you can see, this is kind of still up in the air. This is just what I'm thinking out loud right now, so that I can, feel strong, do my cardio, feel really good on the inside because I'm doing Whole30, and then to like move on with my life, like not make working out and eating like the biggest priority in my life, which I know is shocking for some of you since my page is called Jenna's Losing It. It's all about that. But I really want the whole process of like fitness, health, and all that to kind of take a backseat to like the other stuff that's going on in my life, like our fertility journey, and like McKenna going in first grade, and meeting with her teacher, and just like there's so many other things going on right now that I feel like if the health and fitness kind of just took like a backseat but wasn't forgotten about, but wasn't solely the focus of my day, it would be better. So there's my ramble for this morning. I was going to put this in a blog post, but so many of you have been like, I'd rather watch you talk about it than read about it. But now you see the rambling mess that comes out of my head when I just talk to the camera. So I'd love to get your opinions on if this made any sense at all, or you'd rather me put this kind of stuff in a blog post. Like, I'd love to know. Because it always comes out of my mouth differently than it goes into your ears. And when I watch the video back, it usually comes across to me differently too. So anyway, there's my rambly blog post for today in the form of a video. And I'd love to hear if you guys are going to do the Whole30 with me. Please do it with me. If you're thinking about starting it, I'd love to have you and just have that support of each other during the Whole30. So we're going to start on October 22nd. So I hope you'll join me. Anyway, comment below if you're going to join me. Comment below if this made any sense to you, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.